YouTube, what it do? Ricky Unboxed here, back with yet another video. And if you're new to the channel, we do unboxings, we do tech reviews here on the channel. If you're into stuff like that, go ahead and get subscribed. But today is going to be about the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now this phone's been out for probably about 2 months now. I got my hands on it pretty late, but I've been using it for the last couple of weeks. One of the things that stood out to me most has got to be the battery life. Now I find that with just regular daily tasks, scrolling through social media, GPS, listening to music, searching things up, I find that the battery life lasts really long with this phone, guys. I have no issues using this phone throughout the day without needing to charge it. So Apple now supports 60-watt charging, so you can charge your smartphone within 20 minutes to about 50%, which is absolutely insane. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like using chargers that produce more wattage often takes a toll on your battery. Listen, I can't prove it, but I just feel like it's one of those things that it's just doing it, but you don't know. So personally, I don't really like using those, super fast chargers, but you can do it if you're in a pinch. 60-watt chargers. It doesn't come with it, guys. It doesn't come with any charger, to be honest with you. It comes with a cable. But if you go out and get that brick, you can get that capability. So it is able to do that. Now, I'm hearing a lot of mixed impressions on the two-tone here, guys. You have the orange, and then you have like a more glass finish here, and that's going to be so that it can dissipate the heat a little bit faster and allow that vapor chamber to do its work and cool your phone. Now I've seen reviews where people were saying that the iPhones do have an issue or tend to stop charging if the phone is too hot, so that's supposed to help with that issue, where in which the vapor chamber and this glass here finish will be able to help with the cooling. Now, aluminum casing. The aluminum casing, I haven't had any issues with scratching here, guys, using my phone, but it is prone to a lot more scratches just because that aluminum case makes it so much easier for scratches to show up, guys, where in which the old titanium case was a little bit stronger, a little bit more durable in my opinion, but most of the times people slap cases on these anyway, so you shouldn't have an issue in that department. Now, one of the things that I really like about this phone is definitely got to be the way that the camera button and AI is introduced into this smartphone. I like the fact that you can just hold down your camera button here and you can activate your AI. I can literally take a picture, and I'm going to take a picture of my plant. And before I even took a picture, it already told me what it was, which is absolutely crazy. Like I said it in my unboxing video, and I'll say it again, having AI at your fingertips just makes information just so accessible for people in this era, guys. And I really like the fact that these smartphones are introducing it. I know Apple is definitely late to the party. I feel like Google Pixel they have some really good AI features, like the call assistant, being able to send people to an AI assistant when somebody calls you on the Google Pixel is absolutely insane. I find that, definitely Apple is lagging in that department in terms of AI, especially because they were late to the party. I feel like if you're late to the party, you got to show up with a bang, you know what I mean? And I feel like they're coming with average AI, which is crazy because, the things that AI can do is still pretty remarkable, but in the day and age that we are with smartphone and tech, I find that even though Apple is putting all this tech into their phones finally, it's not at the same competition level like your Google. And I feel like we're kind of catching up to Samsung a little bit. We can have a debate in the comment section. I feel like we're getting there, you know what I mean? We're getting there, but definitely I like that they're moving towards that shift to AI. So I do like this button. Now, as much as I do like it, guys, I also have some issues with it. I feel like sometimes you'll accidentally click it and launch your camera just because it's so much more closer to where your thumb sits or where your hand sits, just because the smartphones are so big nowadays that you kind of hold it closer to the bottom of the phone. So I feel like sometimes you can accidentally press that button. That's just a nitpick for me, guys. Another thing that I like about this phone is the camera bump here. I personally do like it. I like it because you can hold your finger at the bottom here and it can like support your smartphone. Not saying that this smartphone is super heavy. It's a little bit heavier than last year's model. It's like 4 grams heavier. But when you slap a case on this thing, it does get a little bit heavy, guys. But at least you have this notch here that you can hold your smartphone, make it a little bit easier. And again, I'll touch on this again. I don't like the raised camera bumps here. I find that is absolutely ridiculous, especially since we already have a bump, right? It doesn't make any sense to me. But again, Apple is Apple, so they're gonna do Apple things. But yeah, segueing into cameras. Now we do get 3 48 megapixel cameras. I find that the cameras are absolutely amazing. Now you have these cameras that can do 100x zoom, 200, 300x zoom. Okay, where am I zooming into? Like, why do I have to zoom that far in? Realistically, nobody uses that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody's really using 100 or 200x, 150. Like, it's like a zoom war. You know how like we have the AI war right now? There's like a zoom war with phones. Like, realistically, I don't personally use a zoom past maybe 10, you know, on a good day. But yes, I get it. There's phones out there that can do that. Now, in my opinion though, these are still the best cameras on the market, just because the amount of information that you get with these cameras, you can manipulate them in your softwares to make your photo editing look so much more professional than some of these other cameras. They just don't have like a log format that you can use. And you know, not getting into all the nerdy tech stuff, but you have a lot more flexibility with these cameras, in my personal opinion. And I find that low lighting conditions, well lit conditions, you get really good camera quality out of the cameras that are in these smartphones. And I always say iPhones definitely have the best cameras in the market. Now you can argue with me all you want with your 300x zooms. Realistically, I'm gonna lean to this. Like, I can do professional videography with these cameras, and people will always ask me, what are you using to shoot your videos? They're so clean. Guys, I'm literally using an iPhone camera. I'm leaking the sauce, but you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even matter. Like, if you want to do content creation, you don't need no expensive camera, guys. You can literally get away with it with just an iPhone camera. From, you know, take it from the videos that you've seen, or this video that you're watching right now, or some of the videos, if you go through my channel, you'll see. But anyways, not to rant away, the cameras are definitely really, really good. And I feel like every year they get a little bit better. And, you know, I'm surprised they still find a way to make these cameras better. Like, they're actually really good cameras, guys. Now, another thing that I really like about this smartphone has got to be the speakers. Now guys, honestly, whenever I'm watching a YouTube video, I watch a lot of YouTube on my phone, or if I'm listening to music out loud in the shower, or I'm listening to a podcast in the shower, I'll use my phone speakers. I don't really have like an external speaker that I'll bring with me. I know some people do that, but sometimes I'm just, you know, want to just get in, hop in the shower quick and throw on a podcast. I use the speakers on the phone, guys, and honestly, I have no issues. The bass sounds amazing out of just phone speakers. It's just crazy. You got bass, the quality of the voice, the person that's talking. You can hear everything. The clarity is nice. I find that the speakers are really good. I have no issues with speakers. If I'm in like a room where, you know, maybe the TV is going, or you have certain background noises going on and you turn it up, you can hear the person very well with this smartphone. No issues with this speaker, guys. Now, in terms of all the good, there's definitely gonna be bad. And like I said already, the bad has got to be the colors. Guys, I don't know why we couldn't just get a black. Like, we got deep blue, which is beautiful. I like the deep blue. We got orange, which is nice. It's new. It's a different touch. We got silver, which I'm not really feeling. It looks very pale in my opinion. And we got no black, like, or a gold, like a nice gold. We ain't get no gold this year, bro. Like, I like gold. I usually like gold. And I said this already in my unboxing video. I like to match my phone with my Apple Watch, okay? If I got a gold Apple Watch, I want a gold phone. If I got a titanium or silver Apple Watch, I want a silver phone. And I find that you gotta go with an aluminum case to match the phone, which kind of is a little bit weird to me, because the aluminum cases are the lower end of the watches, whereas the titanium is the higher end of the watches. But then they made the phones aluminum, so I don't know, there's a little bit of a disconnect there, guys, in my opinion. But yeah, that's one of my nitpicks. Definitely gotta be the color. I ain't got nothing against orange. It's just, it's kind of hard to, you know, it definitely stands out. It's very loud. I like to be a little bit more subtle. So this smartphone, I mean, you throw a case on it, you won't see the color anyways. But again, some people don't like to use cases all the time, and most of the cases are not gonna cover up this part of the camera. Or even, you know, there's gonna be parts where you're gonna know, oh, yeah, that's the iPhone 17 Pro Cosmic Orange. Definitely put a screen protector on the phone as soon as it comes out of the box. Now the glass itself though is ceramic shield too, which is still a really strong material. You're not gonna really get scratches that easy on the smartphone, but again, you don't wanna go ahead and take that risk and then scratch it and then be like, oh, that Ricky Unbox guy told me that it's ceramic too and it's the strongest material. It still can scratch, guys. Like it's, you know, it's still a screen at the end of the day. It can scratch. Now in terms of just the user face and just, you know, using the actual smartphone, you know, it's very smooth. It's buttery smooth, 120 hertz refresh. You know, gaming on this phone is going to be smooth. The brightness is amazing. You know, if you're in a well-lit environment, the sun is out and stuff, you're not going to have any issues seeing anything on the display, guys. It's about 3000 nits of peak brightness, which on a smartphone is, you know, you can see anything at that point. Like, you're not gonna have any issues seeing anything on your smartphone, guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like in terms of everything else, like iOS 26 is cool. I found that when I first got it, it was a little bit buggy, but they came out with iOS 26.1 and it's been a lot better. The liquid glass display, you know, there's a lot of mixed impressions on it. It's cool and all, like it's nice, it's different. It's, you know, if you turn the phone at certain angles, you'll see like the shimmer of the displays, the shimmer of the apps kind of change, which is cool. But I mean, you're not getting like any cool, like you still can't do any third-party applications to my understanding on the iPhone. You still are limited to whatever Apple gives you. You know, you can still manipulate the tint, but in my opinion, it makes the icons kind of look a little ugly when you tint it. I'd rather just leave it how it is. It's not really nothing crazy new on the phone in terms of software, and you get a little bit different design, and the camera's bumps. But where you're really gonna see this phone shine is if you have an iPhone 13 or even a 14, you know, like you'll start to realize that there's a lot of different changes with the newer phone. If you have like an older iPhone, you know, I'd say maybe a 4-year-old phone, if you have, what would that be, a 13, then you're probably going to be looking to upgrade. Maybe your battery life is starting to give you issues. Definitely look into getting an iPhone 17 Pro. I think that, you know, right now this is pretty, it's a pretty good smartphone, I won't lie. I feel like I'm still waiting for them to get rid of the notch. I feel like it's coming real soon. It could be coming to the next model, who knows. It's been lived on for a while here on this series of the iPhone. So I feel like soon they're gonna get rid of it, and that's gonna be like a major shift where you're gonna have a lot of new buyers coming in. But I think they're waiting on that. That could be next year, guys, but that's just speculation. But that's pretty much everything I have on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Let me know if you guys picked this up. Let me know if you guys are still on the fence, or if you're already waiting for yours to get delivered because you just bought it and you're amped and you're watching reviews on it. Let me know down in the comments below. But that's pretty much it, guys. Take care, peace out, and as always, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.